Steiny Guru with you. And if you're just joining us, we just listened to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch on the eve of 49ers training camp opening, addressing all the team's issues, but most important, they talked about the quarterback position, and there was a lot of good news and then one piece of news that makes you go, huh, okay. But the good news is Brock Purdy has been cleared with no restrictions.
But he did mention pitch count.
And Kyle Shanahan made it clear that Brock Purdy is the number one quarterback, and that when Brock Purdy is on the field, and anytime he is on the field, he will be taking all the first-team reps. That's at least 2 out of every 3 practices, because they're not going to have him throw 3 days in a row. So on the days where Brock Purdy isn't taking first-team reps, they will go to not just Trey Lance. He's going to have to split those reps with Sam Darnold.
Now, let me ask you this, Donnie. Help me out, because you're a man.
So
you like the words.
Yeah. Well, I could say that, it's another L for some of you guys, but that's all right. Well, it's not about you guys having a tough season. It's about
what would the L be? Because he still has to throw the ball, Scotty.
Trey Lance, he's going to start. He's this. Trey Lance.
No, we're saying there would be a chance.
Brock Purdy's the number one quarterback.
You sound like this guy that I'm going to read this. Kings at SF Bay Area. Guru, as it pertains to Brock, you sound hella sad. I'm not.
I kind of think so, too.
No, but stop. You're smiling because you're being selfish. No, listen. The whole thing is the medical aspect to this. We don't know how he's been cleared. That's fine.
He's been cleared 6 weeks before they thought, so you're still going to worry about the injury?
No, we don't know how when he starts really putting mustard on the ball, and he mentioned pitch count. So I want to say this. What did Kyle mean by – because this is where I'm going. Because I'm not sad because I'd be a hater towards Brock, and I'm not that. How is Lance in a good spot? Because it sounds to me, just like you put it out there, he's got a bat. Like, you ain't just getting the number 2, bud. You got a battle for that. I don't know if that's a good spot.
I think it is. Maybe Kyle Shanahan has told Trey Lance, you got to compete for the backup job, and Trey Lance said, I'm ready to compete for the backup job.
And
I'll come in with a good attitude.
What else can you do after that, though, Scotty?
Well, you can say, I don't want to be here. You could theoretically say that. So,
yeah, but you're right. Brock is way ahead of schedule because they could have been announced he's going to start on the PUP list, and for them to say that's not the case, that's big.
888-957-9570 is the number. How you feeling, 49er fans, after hearing your head coach Kyle Shanahan talk, after hearing your general manager John Lynch talk, couple other pieces of news? Nick Bosa, he ain't around. Why should he be? They're working on a long-term contract for Nick Bosa.
He's going to be the highest-paid defensive player in the game.
Here's the other thing. No self-respecting big boy player would show up right now.
Because, the league is not for long. But right now, Donald gets, I believe, 31.7 annually. Bosa could get 35. He could blow that out the water, Steiny.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing to see here with Bosa. Deebo Samuel. Kyle Shanahan liked what he heard from Deebo Samuel in the offseason. Deebo seems like he's going to be ready to go. So as the 49ers open up training camp, I mean, it's as good as it could be. After the way the season ended last year, to now be at the point they are right now, they got to be loving life. Brock Purdy is going to be healthy. Trey Lance is still in the mix. Bosa's going to probably be back on a big deal. Deebo Samuel is itchy. Christian McCaffrey, he's a guy you don't have to worry about. So in terms of, how, I guess, and I'm reaching here a little, but just only for an example. When did Draymond Green hit Jordan Poole? At what point? Shortly into training camp? Was that training camp or was that after the season started?
That was after they went on their trip.
Okay. Yeah. So as of right now, the 49ers don't have anybody punching anybody, so things are good.
No doubt.
But this team does look like it's
that's big news.
It's ready to go right now.
Yeah, that's everything. And that's why I'm telling you, we're all different, Steiny, but we talk about windows and expectations, but I just keep boiling the NFC down, and I know there's going to be some surprise teams, Detroit, Seattle, whomever, and it's not going to be easy. But you look where the Niners are, especially now with this Purdy news and the constant at quarterback, if he's ready to go. Philly and Dallas. I mean, and that's what it was last year. I mean, they got action, man. They really do.
You're not going to like this, but here's some text from the Comcast business text line from the 650. Bye-bye, Trey. Another one from the 650. It's a different number. I hope they can flip Trey for a project cornerback. Steiny, do you think the 49ers can get a 5th or a 6th rounder for Trey Lance?
Well, we don't know. Who played the night? No, I'm not. I just want to see the kid, see what he has. And then, wow, you guys, boy. Yeah, that was, I got to tell you,
I think you're going to be able to see him. I think you're going to be able to see him play.
Preseason?
No, for
preseason, bud. We got some preseason games coming up here shortly, Steiny.
I think he's going to play for the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, why y'all running him out of town? He said Brock was on a pitch count. You know, I'm not rooting against Brock. He's on a pitch count, Steiny. He ain't played the game. We got to see. They might still play him.
See, this is what people mean. I'm just going to be completely honest.
F people, because that's how you started the show. Now you want to go to that card?
No.
With people.
No,
it's about what I feel. Yeah. I just want to see.
But this is why you're unhappy. I know. That's why.
Now, take that back.
No.
Why would I be unhappy?
There's a connection between this. The reason it's okay. You want to see Trey Lance play. So that's manifesting itself in you still trying to say, well, what if Purdy's not ready when they just said he's 6 weeks?
Yeah, gotcha.
Purdy's the number one, Goo.
And I'm giving you that.
The number one.
And I'm okay with that.
Sorry, Trey, you can't play.
No. Okay. What I'm just holding the head coach at his words. He said Trey's in a good spot.
He is in a good spot.
You guys are running him out of town before he even hits the field for preseason.
I mean, come on. It's his third year.
It ain't looking good.
Yeah, that's where you got to see the writing on the wall.
No, it's more this spray paint.
So why are you fighting it?
I'm not fighting.
You are. No, you're fighting it.
Stop it.
Steiny, what if he doesn't have velocity? Okay, he's fine now, but what if he has a setback?
If there was no Trey Lance here, your boy with it, I err on the side of caution. Yeah, I'm the worrier of the show. Don't forget that drop. But I'm just telling you, Steiny, this has not. I'm telling you, when Trey was out there, it was bad. It was concerning.
Not anymore.
You okay?
Great. It is a great news conference today for 49er fans. But in this day and age, the one thing we've absolutely found, and we found it particularly with Steph Curry, is there are a lot of fans out there that like players more than teams. And so if you're a Trey Lance fan, it might not have been a great day for you. But if you're a 49er fan, you got to be feeling good. Because I got to tell you, I don't think they come out this confident
you're right,
about Brock Purdy unless they really believe that Brock Purdy is going to be ready.
Yep.
He's going zip.
And think about what the other option was, Steiny.
Zip on that
the
ball
pup
now.
list. Like, that was like, okay, yeah, it was major. It was major. But, and the Steve Young sound, he won't be 100%. It sounds like he might be, Steve.
Not a doctor.
Yeah.
Not a doctor.
I'm going to give you two.
888-957-9570. I'm asking 49er fans, what did you just hear Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch say? How did it sound for Trey Lance? How did it sound for Sam Darnold? I think we know how it sounded for Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's the man.
God, I got Willard's voice in my head. I'll tell you why on the other side. I know we're up against
we got a minute and a half.
I mean, okay, he said it to us. Goo, what do you think Sam Darnold's agent told them, or why they would even come here to be a third if they didn't have something that was said or major action and traction that Sam could at least get the backup quarterback job? So now, that's why I called the handwriting, as you mentioned, Steiny, spray paint. You may be right, man. And they may be right. I've been fighting it, but man, oh man.
888-957-9570 is the number.
You ready to? We got a little time. You ready for? It ain't a victory lap yet for you.
Well, of course it is.
Nah, see, that's.
I'm running a marathon this year.
Why?
I'm running a freaking marathon. I'm like Pheidippides.
Stop it, because we
I cannot stop running.
Now stop it.
Victory lap after victory lap. You want to talk about somebody who's in shape? I am in great shape right now from countless victory laps.
I don't like that Trey's in a good place, because if we're right, he ain't in a good place. He's on his way up out of here.